Have you ever wondered what really happened on the very night Jesus was betrayed? What went through his mind as he prepared for a moment he knew would alter history forever? Picture yourself there in the dimly lit streets of Jerusalem, feeling the weight of destiny hanging heavily in the air. Imagine witnessing the quiet urgency in Jesus' eyes, sensing the powerful mix of love, sorrow, and divine purpose that guided every step he took that evening. In this video, we journey back in time, stepping directly into the heart of Holy Thursday, a night etched deeply into the very fabric of our faith. This was a night unlike any other, filled with intimacy and tension, friendship and betrayal, revelation and sacrifice. Stay with me as we unravel these sacred moments, because each detail you're about to hear carries profound significance. This unforgettable evening didn't just change the course of history, it continues to shape hearts and souls even today. Prepare your heart, because what you're about to experience might transform your understanding and deepen your faith in ways you've never imagined possible. The sun sets slowly over Jerusalem, casting long shadows across the city as the sacred Passover begins. Streets buzz with anticipation. Jesus instructs Peter and John to prepare a special meal of Passover unlike any they'd ever experienced. The disciples obey, but they sense something extraordinary is in the air. They couldn't fully grasp it yet, but this would become the most intense and memorable night of their lives. Imagine sitting down with your closest friends, fully aware that this would be your final meal together. The room would have been filled with a unique combination of warmth, love, and a deep, unspoken sadness. Imagine the soft glow of oil lamps flickering gently on the walls, casting long shadows around the humble upper room. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, uncertainty, and profound emotion as the disciples gathered around their master. Jesus, calm yet deeply moved, took a simple loaf of bread, holding it carefully in his hands. His eyes, filled with compassion and purpose, scanned the faces of those who had followed him closely, who had shared every moment of joy, hardship, and revelation. With deliberate movements, he broke the bread, each crackle echoing softly in the silence that had fallen upon the group. Raising his voice gently, he pronounced words that would echo through eternity. "Take, eat, this is my body, given for you." The disciples exchanged puzzled and meaningful glances. Their minds raced, hearts pounded, trying to comprehend the profound symbolism and solemnity of his words. Yet before they could fully grasp what was happening, Jesus took a cup filled with wine, lifted it reverently, and gave thanks with sincerity and gratitude. His voice resonated with divine authority, yet unmistakable tenderness, as he declared, "This is my blood of the new covenant, poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." A wave of confusion and wonder swept through the room. Disciples struggled internally, their minds filled with questions, and their souls stirred deeply by the magnitude of what was unfolding. What exactly was this new covenant? How could bread and wine signify something so eternal and divine? Did they truly comprehend the depth of redemption, the weight of sacrifice, and the infinite love being revealed in this very moment? These questions lingered heavily, silently weaving through each disciple's heart as they shared in this unforgettable sacred meal. But something truly unexpected was about to unfold. Jesus, the Master and Messiah, rose from his place at the table, removed his outer garment, and tied a towel around his waist. The room fell into a quiet stillness. Without a word, he began to wash his disciples' feet, dusty, tired feet, each one a symbol of the journey they had walked together. When he reached Peter, the disciple hesitated, asking, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus gently replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." After Peter's initial resistance, Jesus explained, "If I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example." This was more than a gesture, it was a call to humility, a call to love, a call to serve. Even after the humbling act of foot washing, a dispute arose among the disciples about which of them was considered the greatest. In that moment, Jesus gently reminded them of the true nature of his kingdom. "The greatest among you should be like the youngest, and the one who rules like the one who serves." He then asked, "Who is greater, the one who is at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one at the table? But I am among you as one who serves." This gentle correction, following his powerful example, was another call to humility and servant-hearted leadership. And as we continue, let this moment settle in your heart, because what happens next reveals even more of Jesus' love and purpose. As night fell deeper, the atmosphere in the upper room grew increasingly heavy, almost suffocating with suspense. The disciples sensed a palpable shift, an unsettling stillness settling among them. Each face in the dimly lit room was marked by confusion and anxiety. Eyes darted around nervously, silently communicating a shared sense of unease. Breaking the thick silence, Jesus spoke, his voice heavy with a sorrow that pierced the hearts of everyone present. "Truly, I say to you, one of you will betray me." His words resonated deeply, echoing painfully within their souls. Disbelief and shock rippled visibly through each disciple, causing them to exchange rapid, fearful glances, their hearts racing in anxious dread. Whispers of distress filled the room as they turned to each other, struggling to comprehend how this could even be possible. Judas, seated quietly, felt a dark and overwhelming torment tighten its grip around his heart. The weight of guilt, secrecy, and internal conflict clawed at his spirit, making it difficult for him to even breathe. Swallowing hard, he fought back waves of remorse and fear, silently questioning himself with desperate denial. Surely not I. What profound darkness, what powerful inner turmoil could drive a devoted follower? Someone who had walked side by side with Jesus for 3 remarkable, transformative years, to betray his teacher, friend, and Lord. How could Judas, who witnessed miracles, listen to life-changing teachings, and shared countless intimate moments with Jesus, choose this path of devastating betrayal? As the tension in the room lingered after the shocking revelation of betrayal, Jesus turned his attention to Peter with deep sincerity. "Simon, Simon, Satan has asked to sift all of you as wheat. I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail. When you have turned back, strengthen your brothers." Peter, ever bold and confident, declared, "Lord, I am ready to go with you to prison and to death." But Jesus, with tender clarity and divine foresight, replied, "Truly I tell you, before the rooster crows today, you will deny 3 times that you know me." These words must have stunned Peter. Could it be possible? Could his loyalty really falter? The idea was unimaginable to him, but Jesus spoke with the authority of heaven, and his words foreshadowed a bitter truth Peter had yet to face. Yet even in the looming shadow of betrayal, Jesus did not retreat in fear or sorrow. Instead, he turned to his disciples with eyes full of compassion and a voice filled with unwavering purpose. In their moment of confusion and growing dread, he spoke words that would offer not only reassurance, but eternal hope. "I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you." These words carried a weight of divine love. He was preparing them not just for his physical departure, but for a new kind of presence. A presence more intimate, more powerful, and more enduring than they had ever known. He told them about the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, the Advocate, the Spirit of truth who would dwell not just among them but within them. The Spirit would teach them all things, remind them of everything Jesus had spoken, and empower them to carry the message of salvation to the ends of the earth. The disciples had seen miracles, heard divine teachings, and witnessed the authority of Jesus. But now, they were being invited into something even greater, to become vessels of the Holy Spirit himself. The promise was personal. The Spirit would comfort their broken hearts, strengthen their weary souls, and give them words when they had none. In their greatest moments of weakness, they would not be alone. In their mission to change the world, they would never walk in their own strength. And this wasn't a promise limited to that upper room. It stretched through time, touching every believer then and now. That same Spirit is with us today, guiding, teaching, comforting, and empowering us in the same way he did for them. Before departing to the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus lifted his eyes heavenward and spoke openly to the Father, profound, heartfelt prayer filled with intimacy and eternal love. He prayed earnestly for his disciples, and astonishingly, he prayed for you and me too. "Father, may they all be one, just as you and I are one," he asked, echoing a plea that transcends time and touches every heart. Before leaving the upper room, the disciples and Jesus shared one final moment together. They sang a hymn. The melody, though ancient, must have echoed with fresh weight that night. It was a moment of unity, reverence, and calm, before stepping into the darkness of what was to come. The night deepened as Jesus led his disciples to Gethsemane, a quiet garden at the foot of the Mount of Olives. I asked them to keep watch while he went ahead to pray. Lone in sorrow, he fell to his knees and whispered a prayer that echoed through eternity. "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." In that moment, the weight of sin, suffering, and sacrifice pressed down on him. Luke tells us his sweat fell like drops of blood. Turning to his disciples, he found them asleep. Even in anguish, he spoke with tenderness. "Could you not watch with me 1 hour?" Suddenly, the silence of the garden was broken by the sound of voices and footsteps. A crowd armed with swords and clubs arrived, led by Judas. With a kiss, he betrayed the Son of Man. "Friend," Jesus said gently, "do what you came for." As the guards stepped forward, Peter reacted in a flash, striking the servant of the high priest and cutting off his ear. But Jesus intervened, saying, "Put your sword back in its place. For all who draw the sword will die by the sword." He touched the servant's ear and healed him, a final act of mercy. Then turning to the crowd, Jesus asked, "Am I leading a rebellion that you come with swords and clubs? I taught in the temple daily, yet you did not arrest me. But all this is happening to fulfill the words of the prophets." In that moment, he made it clear this was no defeat, it was a divine surrender. And as fear took over, the disciples fled. Jesus, now alone, was taken into custody. Beginning the sacred journey that would continue into what we now know as Good Friday, Holy Thursday wasn't merely about bread and wine. It was a powerful unveiling of God's heart, our heart overflowing with humility, profound love, and unwavering promise. As we reflect upon these sacred, transformative moments, let us truly appreciate this divine gift. His Last Supper marked our first steps into eternal redemption. If this message touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories that inspire, challenge, and deepen your faith.